Hey, it's Michael Saul, also known as Tiny, with the market video for the week of September 23rd, 2013. Let's take a look at what happened last week. So last week, Monday, we pop up, closed below the open, but we did hit a new high on the S&P. Next day we paused, and then Wednesday was the FOMC announcement, and the announcement that they were not going to taper. The market exploded, paused on Thursday, and then came back on Friday. Now this is the broad market. Okay, we'll look at the other indexes. This is the S&P 500, which is what represents the broad market. We'll look at the other indexes in a second here. So what does this mean? Well, this in and of itself is, if you were just looking at the S&P 500 or the Dow, if I could type it incorrectly, which did basically the same thing, although it looks like it gave back even more, went to a new weekly low. Still, though, up on the week notice because this was the previous week close. You would say, uh-oh, we're in trouble because we have a potential bull trap here. However, the NASDAQ holding up well. Okay, yeah, it's starting to pull in, but hey, that's okay. All right, it still didn't retrace back to the previous breakout level, which was here. And then the Russell 2000 also. I mean, just pulling back. It barely got out of Thursday's narrow range day. Barely got out of that range on Friday. So where does this leave us? Well, it leaves me in wait and see mode right now because I want to see if the bulls are going to step back in here, pivot off of this, and go back to the highs. Now, what would be the most likely scenario here is we consolidate for a little bit. All right, I don't think we're going to go into a long consolidation here, but I do think that we could go into another consolidation here. Maybe we form another triangle or another pennant, and then see if we could push it one more time and check out what the other indexes are doing while that is happening. So, I mean, we're short-term oversold here if we're looking at the S&P and the Dow. I mean, it's really ultra short-term. I mean, it's like the really quick time frame. But the NASDAQ and the Russell are not. So that doesn't necessarily mean that, okay, well, this is just an easy buy here. Yeah, it's not. And the cross currents with the other indexes have to lean towards the bullish side because the NASDAQ and the Russell are leaders, but I still want to see what they do here in the broad market. So I'm going to be watching what we do here on the short term, see what happens, see if we set up in a consolidation. I wish I was more sure-handed here, but getting mixed signals here. And once again, like I said, just to be clear, the NASDAQ and the Russell, they are the two leading indexes out of the four that I like to look at. They're acting well, so I'm not in the sky is falling mode here. But this give back up, the bulls have to step back in here. Otherwise, it definitely starts waving amber flags. All right, so that's it. Talk to everybody again in next week's video, or if you sign up to the mailing list, you'll get the daily email, and you can also access the daily newsletter, which is still free. Have a great trading week. I will talk to everybody again soon.